your predictions. I'm gonna try something new in the chat here, and I'm not sure how it'll work, but I'm gonna work on that while you guys chat a little bit. Okay.
All right. Who else is here? How do I say your name? Naveen?
Yeah, you said it right, Naveen.
All right. You excited?
What about you?
That's a funny question because I haven't played in a while. But I guess call me Bum Russia.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do, and you guys should watch the chat too. Pull up the stream
Right,
because
let me set it up.
because I'm gonna do something really cool here that I haven't tried before.
Is there a way I can only put the chat? Can I like take the video away and then only put the chat up?
Yeah, you can. In the lower right hand corner, there is a gear icon, and you click that. There's an option pop out chat, and you can do that, and then that will make the chat in a separate window, and then you can get rid of the video window.
Pop out play.
Wait, what do I do?
Wait, what?
Okay. So I could ask. So we started the stream. In the chat right now, we have in the chat right now we have Naveen and we have King of Beasts. King of Beasts is another one of the laggers, but not one of the laggers playing. The people who are going to be playing are CaspiIsrael and Puressence versus Clockingswitcher and Return of the Lagger. And I'm in the house party channel right now. If anyone wants to jump in and co-commentate with us, we'd love to have you. Okay. Yeah. So I probably will not be streaming the 12-team match unless this one ends quickly, which I doubt.
No, this one's ending quickly.
Okay.
It's gonna be 11-0.
I'm gonna start something interesting here. Let me see what period of time I should do for this. Let me make it. This match is gonna last a while, so I'm gonna give 10 minutes. We're gonna start a prediction. So you guys, the way this is gonna work is you guys are gonna be able to bet your channel points on who is gonna win the match, and the winner will win the channel points from the losers.
Are they playing right now?
And they are playing. Yeah, it could last more than an hour. Yeah, so apparently this is best of 20 games rather than best of 16. Thanks to the follow from Swift Sushi. So you guys should be able to, at the top of the chat, there should be a way to contribute channel points on your favorite side. And we've never tried this before, but I think you should be able to pick as many channel points as you want. And like the odds will be set by Twitch based on who bets on the other side. So we'll see how confident you guys are and how much you want to risk. So
the channel points is at the bottom left, like
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay.
So we already have some people
saving up for $1 million so I could get the pre-move.
Exactly.
I need to see a pre-move.
And the Israelis take the first game. That was a nice move. Knight at f6.
Yeah, so our score is 1-0 already, favoring the CaspiIsrael and Puressence. And this is, so the chat has predicted this is going to be a long match. But you guys can decide how many points you want to put up to figure out who's going to win here.
It says submissions closing in 8 minutes. I will, in 8 minutes, put in the one that's winning.
You
I
you,
think here
you,
Return of the
you
Lagger's
can
got
you can wait if you want, and you can also see the odds change. But so who is bet so far? What are you guys betting on? Someone has 210 channel points already there. All right, so let's see. The king switchers are up about 3 seconds. And now king switcher has traded queens. And Return Lagger has won a queen. But his king is in a little bit of trouble. Oh, especially with knight takes knight there. That was like a key knight square, because now knight at f6 is a problem, as is knight at c5. So partner had to sack a queen for life, and now another knight would be... Oh, this pawn push is a devastating move too. Yeah, I don't think Return of the Lagger is not going to live through this.
Bishop d4, strong defense move, but
yeah, that's a free bishop.
Yeah,
and the promotion on b1 doesn't even work because the knight covers.
He's gonna go rook take d5, maybe.
He's gonna use the two knights. Yeah, so now he has pawn takes.
Yeah, now he's got baby.
So it's just pawn check, and then he can push h4. Oh, yeah, or that. Okay, so he can move his existing knight. Yeah, that was a really strong attack from Puressence.
Yeah.
The score right now is 2-0, favoring Puressence CaspiIsrael, but we have a lot of game left. It's best of 20, which I think means that we need 11 points to win the match, and you got to win by 2.
Yeah.
I think what's important for the Laggers is that they got to play their game. They can't let Puressence and Caspi.
Puressence continues to have great attacks, so I mean he's gonna pick up a rook here.
The Laggers are at their best when they're winning pieces and flagging their opponents. And up time.
Yeah, it's hard to win pieces versus CaspiIsrael. He's just such a strong player, and when CaspiIsrael can feed pieces to Puressence, Puressence is just really hard to beat. He's a great attacker.
Are any of these games aborts?
No aborts. So it is 2-0 already.
7 is coming in strong.
Really now?
And that queen trade, bishop f7. Oh no, or this.
Okay, so the queen trade is on offer on the other board.
That's another game.
Yeah, I mean the game is already over. Ooh, that's an interesting way of doing it.
That's even flashier.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good resource. Queen up.
Yeah.
As now he will need the queen to mate because he's created a left square on d8. But I mean, it's still pretty good. Bishop at f7. I guess he can't afford to play knight takes f8 because then he would get mated because his king is in a little trouble. So
he's sitting for pawn right now. No, because if he gets a pawn and queen, that's gonna be made with f7 and queen at e8. So
I mean, he may just want to take the queen. Bishop takes queen.
He could take the queen.
Like I don't see anything necessarily wrong with taking the queen, but he may have to defend rather than mate is the problem. That his move was the bishop move on c6 was a little too fancy, and it hasn't worked out for him.
All right, and
now he's fairly safe. The queen on g6 does guard g2 for Puressence.
Oh, and now they're getting in. Let's see what's going on. But nothing. Queen g2. 30 seconds.
Thanks for the follow from Chess Rules. Really appreciate it. So Puressence is willing to give up his queen for safety here, and he's gonna continue his attack. I mean, this was really Puressence had like an easy mate, and he blew it with the bishop at c6. He tried to get too fancy.
Yeah. That was a nice queen d7 resource that they found.
And now CaspiIsrael is up 5 seconds, and a knight or a rook mates for him. So that puts a lot of pressure on Return of the Lagger. So probably Puressence will hunt the knight on h4. I guess this other option is queen at e8. assuming Return of the Lagger doesn't defend that. Now he has queen takes bishop, queen takes d7. Oh, or queen takes rook now. That's the rook. That's mate.
Yeah.
The score is now 3-0. Oh, scared. So when you do the prediction, you get a little badge by your name, and it looks like Scary Snakes has predicted that Clockingswitcher and Return of the Lagger will be the winners of this.
I wonder how they're gonna adjust. They're gonna adjust by stacking first. Classic bughouse strategy. You can't defend, attack. Whoa,
Yeah,
what was that?
sometimes
Did you have
counterattack
knight H3
is the only way to do it.
Whoa, he just missed mate with knight H3. Oh man. That has to be. He's gonna be kicking himself for that one.
On which board are we talking about?
Clockingswitcher had a knight H3 double check and mate.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would have been great. So double check, he would have needed another knight to mate, or what was?
No, it was just move the knight from F2 to H3
Okay.
before taking on H1.
Oh, I see. There was
Everyone
a
in
piece
chat.
on. I see. Okay.
Yeah. Puressence board is
Yeah, there was a rook on h1.
yeah now.
So Caspi
That is
needs to
rough.
get this bishop out so his rook can guard the back rank. But g2 is also weak. Puressence continues to attack on his board. But he's down 1 second. And this is where the king switchers shine, because they deprive people of like the one piece they need. We're probably gonna see maybe rook takes g2, something like that. Oh, pawn takes, okay. Now maybe knight at f1. Knight at f1 is kind of cool because the rook on f4 is pinned. We see rook take.
And also, if you take it twice, he's got knight G4 at the end. Doesn't do as much.
Right. Yeah.
Actually, it's gonna mate him. But 10 seconds, I think the lag is gonna take this one.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's
997
interesting because you
tanking,
can't. Yeah. And there that
Oh
is.
no, you should have taken it. And that's flag. All right.
So the laggers are on the board. The score is 3-1, favoring CaspiIsrael and Puressence.
This opening at E4 is real strong. Now E3 is really good for Caspi.
So Miss
Not
Fairy
knight
Queen
55.
is pointing out that the sits can be dangerous for the laggers because CaspiIsrael can feed some good moves to Puressence.
So for the chat,
That's kind of true, but at this level, I think Puressence can find pretty good moves himself. So it's not as decisive as if he were playing with like a much lower rated partner.
yeah, so in this line that Caspi and Clockingswitcher are playing, instead of knight takes E5, the move was pawn push to E3, and it's a really nice tactic. You get pawn push to E3 instead of knight E5. F takes, knight takes E5 then, and then you're gonna have queen H4 at the end, picking up the bishop. But yeah, now still a game.
And we are happy to get more people in the voice call. If anyone wants to co-commentate, we're in the house Discord. Co-commentating right now, we have myself, we have King of Beasts, who is a fellow lagger. We have Naveen, who is currently muted. We have Raven, currently muted. And we have Eskin, currently muted.
How come they're muted?
Because they love your voice.
Oh,
I can talk. I was eating a straw.
Eating a straw? You
Yes.
have edible straws? Is that,
Well, it's not edible.
okay. It's not edible yet you were eating it.
Yes.
Yeah, so DragonB70 has dropped a clip in the chat. Late last night I played some 4-player chess, then I raided Chess Coach Net, and he shouted me out with a rap, which was interesting.
Yeah, so this is just too much. Queen's gonna mate. Queen at f7. Rook at h6.
Yeah.
The clean one.
Score is now 4-1, favoring CaspiIsrael and Puressence. JK Jr. says in the chess.com chat, maybe they are nervous. And Grind says they were so confident in the Discord. Yeah, the laggers are always confident. Gary Snakes wants more details about this draw situation, Raven. What flavor is it? Is it twisty or straight? The viewers want to know.
It is a Taco Bell straw. So basically plastic, I guess.
There you have it,
Tastes
Gary
like
Snakes.
Pepsi.
Straight from the source. Yeah, I had a feeling Pepsi would be involved. So anyway, some of the people, both in the Twitch chat and in the chess.com chat and in the call.
Oh wait, he has the queen sack. That's mate. Queen f7, knight at d6. That's gonna finish the game.
Oh, so yeah, queen takes f7, new knight at d6, pawn takes,
And-
knight takes, queen at f7. Seems decisive. Well, so he can move over. So a rook would mate. What else? He could try to vacate this queen square to get knight at f7.
I thought he should have stacked for bishop f7, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Bishop at
I
f7
don't-
instead
I
of
don't
queen
think he should
f7
drop
would have
the queen.
worked.
They're down time though.
Now a rook mates for CaspiIsrael.
Yeah.
So Clockingswitcher put the queen at f7 too quickly. Actually, if he had put a bishop, yeah, I guess he couldn't have gone back to f6 because e5 covered. So the bishop there would have won. Clockingswitcher's down a lot of time. You don't usually see
Very
the game switchers down time, but this game is pretty much over due to the time situation. Return of the Lagger can't really feed him anything additional. Maybe he was thinking about whether to sack for the knight, but the knight doesn't do anything. Now King Switcher needs to live through this, which he can't really live through it.
It's pure just gonna go knight g6. No way, it doesn't work.
So he's vacated a place for his knight on f7.
Alright.
But he can't afford to take the queen because he's going to be mated. Oh, okay, we're going to see the mate.
Well, at least a nice covering f3, but he could
CaspiIsrael is probably just going to wait for a queen or rook because it's cleaner. Yeah, and that forces the queen right there.
G6. Yeah.
We're still going to see the smothered mate. Yeah, Miss Fairy Queen's pointing out good moves, slow down speed, so they don't necessarily play the best moves. Hey, 1800 strength. Thanks for watching. Oh, we see Grind has been wagering in the chat. If you bet on CaspiIsrael Puressence too, is that closed? I guess it's probably been 10 minutes, so we'll see after the match who gets the channel points. I believe the way that works is basically the losers of the bet lose all the channel points that they bet, and the winners get from the losers pool in proportion to what they put into the winners pool.
Wow, what a strong find by Caspi, just trading everything for his partner.
That's usually going to be a good strategy because Puressence is a more aggressive attacker than Return of the Lagger. So Return of the Lagger is going to need to adapt to that by either defending better or being more aggressive, or I'm not sure what. But the problem is that CaspiIsrael is also quite good at adapting. So if Return of the Lagger changes his aggressiveness, I think Caspi will adjust accordingly.
So that knight's hanging, but he goes c4, bishop takes. C4 is a little risky because it's kind of blocking off your own king.
So there are some players who are very
You have to go
good.
bishop c4.
So by the way, on Puressence board, he's probably going to play queen takes c2 if the king takes this pawn. But there are some players who are very good at attacking themselves, and there's others who are very good at making their partners better by feeding their partners what they want and what they need. And Caspi is quite good at playing for his partner.
Oh, that's made him. No, he can block on c5. All right.
So a pawn mates with knight at a5.
Yeah. It should be.
Okay. Maybe g5. Oh, that's interesting. It's the rook in play. I like it. So now a knight would mate with knight at d2.
Either you can go rook a3.
Knight at d2 is mate.
One of these.
Ooh, that is not mate. I mean, it's going to be mate soon. It's going to be mate soon,
bishop,
but he's definitely given some
c6?
pieces to mate. Knight at d2 is a little cleaner because one bishop was pinned, the other bishop takes, knight takes back, and then it's just mate. But this works too.
Oh no, king f8.
So let's get a score update. We're at 6-1, favoring Puressence and Caspi. So those of you who bet on Puressence and Caspi could make a lot of channel points here. I didn't check to see who bet what. It's possible that Clockingswitcher and Return of the Lagger have bet against themselves. Seeing all of you people betting on them, and they're throwing this match to try to get more channel points. I don't know for sure if that's the case, but it's a possibility.
Alright, but Clockingswitcher's got a good position here. Return of the Lagger, not so much. After that king f8 mouse switch.
Yeah, so a rook mates for Caspi, but Caspi is down time. So Return of the Lagger has to sit because this rook is forced. And rook at d1, rook takes rook, queen takes is mate.
And if he doesn't get that rook, it's not too easy to play. Although maybe there's like bishop d3 stuff. If he doesn't get the rook.
I think Caspi. I think Caspi is fine here. I think Caspi needs to roll out a few defensive moves.
Oh, okay, nice.
So probably this has to be his queen sack there.
Yeah.
It's knight f3 is interesting. It forces a queen for Caspi, but I think he'll defend instead.
He looks to be safe with that bishop on h6.
Yeah, because so Caspi has found some great defensive resources there. Clockingswitcher putting a lot of pressure on. Caspi needs to keep defending this square, but eventually he's going to run out of pieces to defend because it's easier for Clockingswitcher to get diagonals than for Caspi to get non-diagonals. And Caspi is losing material with defending.
What are you doing, Puressence? But his position is up so much as such. And now Clockingswitcher with the clutch mate.
Oh, nice.
I think Puressence missed queen f7 there.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Lagger just has to survive and feed, pretty much.
Miss Fairy Queen pointed out in the chat, all this random pulling from Caspi and Puressence. Caspi's been trying tons of different openings to figure out how to work with his partner. Yeah, that's one of the things I mentioned before is CaspiIsrael is, number one, quite good at adapting to the situation. And number two, he plays a lot for his partner rather than himself. So we're going to see CaspiIsrael make Puressence look like a bug-ass god by feeding him the things that he wants.
Allowing him to take on b2.
So this
Queen
queen move
takes
attacks and
g2 is
defends
very
at the same time. Defends this vulnerable pawn. Probably going to see pawn takes rook and then a new pawn in. Puressence continuing to attack.
Ooh, bishop a4.
Yeah,
that's
he found it.
okay, knight e8. That's mate, right? No, he's got
It's real close to mate.
one
Oh, he's
more.
using the
One
other
more
bishop. Very strong.
bishop.
Queen takes.
That's
Maybe bishop takes,
not
actually. Oh, okay. Yeah, this
Queen
is probably an
f6.
even better move.
He's running to b4.
That knight has to be lights out. How is it not mate yet? Oh, the rook is lights out. Okay.
Oh, that's easy.
Yeah, there were probably more accurate mating patterns, but I can't say that I saw them.
Me neither. That's why
I
I'm
mean,
commentating.
sometimes you just gotta roll out a move, even if it isn't the most accurate move. And he was able to get additional pieces to help him mate in the end. Caspi seems to have a decent attack, and his queen is doing a good job defending g2 and these squares around the king. Yeah, that knight's gonna come in. And drop more diagonals on. At this point, Puressence should be trying to feed Caspi. And also a rook wins for Puressence, but I don't think that's going to happen. A knight is very good.
No,
Bishop takes knight. Yeah. So we're going to see
he
pawn
gave him
check,
the
knight
knight.
check,
Why did
take
he
the
do
queen.
that?
Because
He could even promote now.
he did that
double
because he
check.
was
Oh no.
feeding his partner. And
Yeah, that knight was. I thought they were gonna sit double promote. Oh man. And then push.
wow.
Yeah. Queen e6. Queen g3. G6. Sorry. Rough.
Very nice. And that's another example of, like, it looked like CaspiIsrael had a pretty crushing attack, but he was willing to abandon his attack to give some crushing pieces to his partner. The underscore champion, it's not over yet. And I want to emphasize to people that the score is now 8-2, but this is not the first to 9. It's the first to 11, because this is a later round game. So best of 20, and you've got to win by 2. Miss Fairy Queen says, keep noticing when we get into sit, suddenly the Caspi is and Puressence team finding great finishing moves. Yeah, for sure. So when you are sitting, you should be using that time to find good moves. And they are quite good at finding good moves. And the Caspi team is up time. It's just so rare to see the king switchers down time. I think they're not used to that, as they're so used to always being up
Definitely not
time.
in their element today. I think they're just gonna sit it down all the way, but I don't know if Caspian Pure is gonna allow that.
And by the way, it is 1:30, so I don't know if the 12-team match is going to start immediately. It would be nice if they waited like 10 minutes, because this match might be over in like 10 minutes, and we could cover more of the matches. Someone did something, and thank you for that. Thanks for the follow from G Sasan. I really appreciate it. So they're maintaining their 4-second lead. Caspi has a pretty good attack, and Caspi has a safe king. Knight takes knight, queen takes rook.
8 seconds. Can he do it?
They could have promoted to a queen there too.
Oh,
The score is now 9-2.
Caspian Pure just not letting them flag him.
So in the Discord they're saying they might wait. Lone Wolf says in the chess.com chat, Liger's going to win 9 straight, easy. They are doing quite good here. So there's a weakness on f7, but... So Kingswitcher is going to sit and let his partner take some more of these pieces and play up a queen a bit, I believe.
RETURNOFTHELAGGER is pretty good at chess.
Yeah, he's a national master, and this is his element, finding fast, good chess moves. But once he gets his king to like h8, his king is going to be safe, and he can eat more pieces. So the differential is about 3 seconds here. Okay, so now we're going to see, actually the bishop covers. Is he going to see bishop takes knight? He did not see that.
Ooh, queen takes.
Still has bishop takes. Okay, now we have maybe rook takes pawn, maybe pawn at e2. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, okay. So the CaspiIsrael team is up slightly.
Oh no, he hung the queen.
If he did, that was quite tricky. It's going to be hard for RETURNOFTHELAGGER to come back from that.
To deflect the queen, but he just won the queen straight up.
Right, yeah.
He wasn't
exactly. Yeah, he probably didn't notice that the queen was under attack. CaspiIsrael has a very safe king, so CaspiIsrael is just trying to trade for his partner. That's mate. The score update, the score is 10-2. So if the laggers win this match, it will be over.
I've been logged off for inactivity. God damn it. Sometimes I hate live chess.
This is really interesting. I'm looking at the prediction market, and the prediction was 2% for CaspiIsrael, 98% for Clockingswitcher. So the people who predicted CaspiIsrael are going to win a lot of channel points if they win this game here. And I suppose I ought to get ready for the next match. I'll let my co-commentators... Okay, so that's over. That is GG's.
How?
So our next match, which we can roll right into... They did get put on the pavement. So our next match, which we can roll right into, is going to be 12 Teen Chicken versus Midnight Fox PKNM. Should I restart the stream to have like a clean? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna restart the stream real quick. Let me make sure we don't have like 1,000 viewers. No. Okay, I'll be right back, guys.